What is inertia? Object want to stay in rest or motion unless an outside force causes change. I think it's confusing. Okay, let me tell you with interesting example. This cat loves to sleep. This cat wants to sleep for a long time. The cat will sleep till you apply any external force on it. Now I can say this is inertia of rest. If I use alarm clock to wake up the cat, what will happen? The cat will wake up suddenly. So we can say cat will sleep until you make the alarm to ring. Now we can define inertia as an object want to stay in rest unless outside force causes a change. Let us see another interesting example. A racing car is flying on the road. A driver wants his car to fly in the sky for a long time. This is inertia of motion. A racing car will be in the sky until you apply an external force. If an external force acts on the car by applying the brake, what will happen to the car? Car will stop. So we can say an object wants to stay in motion unless outside force causes a change. Now we can conclude that inertia is a tendency to do nothing. Inertia is to remain unchanged. Inertia, a resistance offered by an object to change its state of motion. Finally, we can define easily inertia as object want to stay in rest or motion unless an outside force causes a change. Inertia is divided into three types: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. What is inertia of rest? The tendency of a body to oppose any change in its state of rest is known as inertia of rest. Why do passengers in the bus tend to fall backwards when it starts suddenly? When the bus starts moving suddenly, the lower part of the body of passenger, which is in contact with the bus, come in motion, but upper part of their body tends to be in the state of rest and the passenger fall backward. What is inertia of motion? Tendency of a body to oppose any change in its state of uniform motion is known as inertia of motion. Why a person traveling in a bus falls forward when the bus stops suddenly? This is because of inertia of motion, as our lower body is only in contact with the bus but not the upper part. So when the bus moves forward, our body tends to fall forward. Inertia of direction. The tendency of a body to oppose any change in its direction of motion is known as inertia of direction. Why are the passengers thrown outwards when a car in which they are traveling suddenly takes a circular turn? When we travel by a motor car, and if it makes a sharp turn at a high speed, we tend to get thrown to one side. We have a tendency to continue in our straight line motion. When an unbalanced force is applied to change the direction of motion of the motor car, we slip to one side of the seat due to the inertia of direction of our body. Inertia is related to mass. Inertia of an object is measured by its mass. It means that inertia increases with increase in mass and decreases with a decrease in mass. For example, look at the picture. Which has more inertia, elephant or human? Elephant has more inertia than human because elephant has more mass when compared to human. Let me see another example. Which has more inertia, a train or a baby carriage? In comparison to the baby carriage, the train has a much lesser tendency to change its state of motion. We can say that the train has more inertia than the baby carriage. Therefore, inertia is related to mass. Inertia is directly proportional to the mass. Heavy object will have more inertia than lighter one.